the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through Bruce Trail, bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
Taking my, it's a like one of those one a day vitamins for men over 50. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Well, I set my wake up for 5, but I was out of bed at about 4:15, 4:20. It's 4:40 right now. I just made my breakfast, which I've got right here. My oatmeal, doing its oatmeal thing. Then a package of the original, supposed to be healthy, probably not. And of course, my hot Starbucks. I'm going to show you what I'm using because I like these on trail. These little individual packages of Starbucks. I do hope it's light enough. It gets light here very early right now. I hope it's light enough for you to see my little Starbucks coffee package. I like those. And I brought enough with me to do, well, definitely the Coast to Coast Trail. Possibly the West Island Way also. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna have my coffee. Welcome to day number 3, right here, right next door to the Black Sail hut. That's where we are, on the coast to coast, doing the crossing of England. Today's a very, very interesting day, but I'm gonna tell you more about that as we get going. I'm gonna have my breakfast, I'm gonna pack up, I'm gonna hit the trail. Right there, my camping spot for the night. Leave no trace. No sign you were here except a little bit of flattened grass. Fire pit. I did burn some garbage in there last night. There's several fire pits here. The river is just through these trees. And where we sat just over there to have dinner last night. It's farmland. Several fire pits, several areas where it's clear people are camping, hikers camp and so on. And so, and there's lots of signs that the farmer comes and goes, his tracks, farm vehicle tracks coming in and out of here. So I can only assume the farmer's okay with it. I don't think anybody bothers anybody. And as we've just shown, we leave no signs that we were here, no fires smoldering, no trash, no bathroom tissue spread all over the floor. Okay, this morning, well, we've got a challenge ahead of us. We have to go up there into those clouds and over the top of those mountains. But first, we're going to go down this little farm lane back to the main trail, which is just up here. Good morning again. And let's just get day 3, which is Saturday, I believe, today. Saturday, Is it Saturday, May the 31st? Does that sound right? I think so, day 3. Okay, good morning. So the Black Sail Hut. Toilets are open. Clean, very clean. It's everybody's asleep right now. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And they have different units like Kirkfell. Here's the main entrance. I did take a look in there. It's very clean. The kitchen is clean. Nice picnic table and seating area. It says, "Welcome to the world famous Black Sail Honesty Cafe." It's open from 10 till 5. So they have a cafe in there that's an Honesty. I've heard about it. Of course, it's closed right now. Here's another bunk room. Great gable. And there's other ones. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you. This particular location, because it's amazing. If I was here later in the day, I would certainly stop and have a coffee. I know people that did stop here yesterday that were ahead of me, and they were stopping here for their coffee. Okay, we're going to get to the trail and get going. Well, we've got a few mountain sheep ahead of us on trail. Good morning. That is how you say good morning in sheep. Oh yeah? You didn't know I could do that, did you? Hi guys. Oh, there's a little black one. Oh well, I guess Mama's been messing around. Oh well, how do I know? Nothing stranger than people. That's what a good friend used to tell me. Ken Richardson, yeah, used to say to me, "Gary, there's nothing stranger than people." The climb starts as soon as you leave the Black Sail Hut. We are going over the top, which you can't see because it's in the clouds. Once we get up to the top, it's a very interesting location, because to the left of us will be, well, several kind of summits, but one in particular is called Haystacks. I know Haystacks. I've been on the top of Haystacks. I've summited Haystacks before. Pre-COVID, when I've been here on my photography shoots, hiking photography shoots and so on. And I'm not sure, well, I don't think we'll see it. I don't know if we see it on this hike, but just before you reach a Haystack summit, there is a small tarn. A tarn, by the way, is a high elevation body of water. Yeah, and that's a tarn. So anyhow, there's a small tarn, and it's called an inanimate tarn. I probably said that wrong. Inanimate tarn. And what makes it so special is, well, out of everything Alfred Wainwright did, he said Haystacks was his most beautiful summit and hike. And when he passed away, his final request was to be cremated and have his ashes scattered in Hammer Tarn. I know. I have got a clue how to say it. In Hammer Tarn. And that's exactly where he rests today. And what makes it even more interesting, there's a little kind of a code, a rule of thumb. And as you hike the trail, because the trail to Haystacks goes right past Hammer Tarn, right there. If you get a little bit of grit in your shoe, treat it with the utmost of respect. To stop, take your shoe off, say a little prayer, and empty the grit back into Hammer Tarn, because that little bit of grit could very well be Alfred Wainwright. So, as Jasper likes to say, now you know the rest of the story. Now here Just take a look down here. Absolutely stunning if you can see all this. And where this gill or beck runs down from the left, we're going to cross that and we're going to make a left turn and go straight up to the top. Okay, let's just keep hiking. So this is the, well, what would you call it? Waterfall, creek, rapids. I believe here in the UK they call it a gill, I think. But we have to cross this, and then we're going to make an immediate left turn. Yes, we are. Whoop. Would like to keep my feet dry, which I have so far this morning. Speaking of dry, we were supposed to get a pile of rain starting a little after supper time last night. Well, it did not materialize. I think the left turn is just here. So we didn't get any rain. My tent was totally dry this morning. No rain overnight, which is great because when I pack up my tent, it's significantly lighter than it is when it's wet, and it's much better for the actual tent. Okay. Okay. My God, what a beautiful morning. So this first of 4 major climbs in the Lake District is significantly more than any climb I've done since my hip surgery. So I trained hard post surgery for this particular hike, and I'm glad I did, because I am feeling fine. I am feeling good, slow, but feeling good, feeling confident. It's a technical section of trail. Elevation gain, steep, rocky, but the rocks, a lot of the rocks in a lot of sections, like right here, have been placed to be a staircase, if you will. Not all the way up, but part of the way. Certain sections where they've had to build, essentially protect the mountain path. I say protect the mountain path because I just saw a sign that tells you about it. Whew. Yeah, look at that. Right at the bottom of the cloud. To my left, or right in front of me now, I believe that's referred to as Seavey or Savey Knot. Okay, let's keep going. I'm not sure if you can see in the GoPro, the clouds just rushing by. Can you see that? It's pretty wild. The wind is really, really strong. The wind picked up sometime overnight because it woke me up a few times with my shelter, my Big Agnes Tiger Wall UL2 rattling in the wind. Yeah. It was actually a little bit like Ernie's ghostly gold tops are rattling in their crate. So, if somebody can tell me what song that comes from, I'm going to say it again. Ernie's ghostly gold tops are rattling in their crate. Well, that's what my tent sounded like last night. And if you can tell me what song that comes from, well, oh boy, my trekking pole just disappeared into nothing. Well, okay, maybe I should shut up. But anyhow, if you can tell me what song that comes from, Well, you'll be a daisy. Speaking of daisies, unless I want to turn up a crinkly old weed, because I want to be a daisy too, you know, then I just better pay attention to what I'm doing here. Because this shit is getting real. Woo. I think just about a couple of hundred feet to go to reach the summit of this particular climb. Again, the first major climb in the Lake District. The first of 4, apparently. So, not so bad, to be honest, not so bad. You can see we're very much in the clouds, 360 degrees worth. Whoop. And it's windy. I am so delighted that the wind muff came in for the GoPro. Next major port of call, which is going to be closed unfortunately, but because they have a wonderful cafe there, is going to be the Honesta Slate Mine as we descend down the other side of this climb. So unfortunately, that will be closed when we get there, which is too bad, because a nice hot milky coffee would be lovely. Just in the distance, pretty much right ahead of me, slightly just on the left side of the trail. Oh, we have a couple of sheep here on the right side of the trail. But just ahead of me on the left side of the trail is a cairn used for many things, but primarily navigation. It tells us that we are on trail right here. It's a mound of rocks. I think we should just take a moment and put a rock on there, simply because they play such an important role in navigation, especially on a day like today. The clouds so low and we are deeply in the clouds. Okay, I believe we've reached the summit, or close to the summit now, because we're flattening out quite nicely. So there is another cairn ahead of us, and life is damn good, to be honest with you. Okay, so the rain has come down hard. At the beginning, I thought it was the moisture with the wind blowing. I thought it was the moisture kind of hitting me that was in the clouds, but it started raining, and it's been raining pretty hard. The rip I put in my frog togs that I repaired, well, the repair failed, which I thought it would because I was using the wrong kind of tape for what I needed. But I still have my Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain jacket, which I put on underneath the frog togs. Got both on. One of the benefits of layering your rain gear. I see Honesta Slate Mine ahead of me. Not sure if you can see it, but there are some yellow or orangey kind of things down there that help point it out. So I think I'm going to have to try to replace the frog togs, throw it away. Regretting my decision now to bring the frog togs after all, to save a few ounces. I should have, we talked about rain gear just in one of my last videos, and I should have brought my Tide Reset, but I didn't. I went with the frog togs and then the George rain pant. I should have gone with neither one of those. It was a mistake. However, here we are, and we live and learn. So I may change my rain jacket if I can, but I probably, First place I might be able to do that would possibly be Shap in a couple of days. But I believe I'll be okay till then anyhow. If not, I know I can once I get back into Glasgow a couple of weeks from now. And before I start the West Island Way, I can go to the Mountain Warehouse and pick up a rain jacket there. Not too expensive. Okay, let's just head on down to the slate mine, and I believe it is going to be closed, even though it's taken me longer than I expected to get here. It's still going to be closed, but I might sit somewhere if there's a sheltered area and eat a bar, drink a little electrolyte water, check the map, and carry on. We're doing okay. Yes, we are. The bustling community of Sitola. They have a hotel, they have a restaurant and bar, a pub. None of it's open until lunchtime. We're way before that. Oh, Sitola Farm campsite, Little Barn coffee shop and gift shop. Hello. I don't think they'll be open. I don't think they'll be open, but you know what? Maybe we could see. Just look and see, but I'm pretty sure they're closed. But if they're open, I'll get one. I'm pretty sure they're closed at this time. Sleepy place, but look how pretty it is. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah. Oh. So here's the sign for the coffee shop. And it's definitely closed. The sign says so. Doesn't tell you what time they open though. Well, that's okay. We'll just keep laying down miles. I suppose that is one of the drawbacks of getting on trails so early sometimes, is when you're ready for that, you know, a little bit of something. Well, every place that offers those little bit of somethings, unless you're in like a city or something, is closed. That's okay. That's okay. I have to see here where we're going, because I know we have to make a turn here, but I'm just not sure where it is. There's a sign. Sign over here. Oh. Let's see what it says. It says Coast to Coast Path. Rothwaite, 1.25 miles. Good morning. Okay, let's just keep doing what we do. Okay, leaving Sitola. Yes, we are. And there's two trails, one to the left, one to the right. AW Acorn, it says. This is the Coast to Coast right here. So I just checked the map, and about a mile, it says a mile up trail, there's another possibility of a hot beverage. Although, still, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's open when we get there. That's in the next community. So we're saying goodbye to Sitola and moving on. Well, this is going to be slippy. Very, very carefully as we go. Look at the river. See the river below us? Oh man. Certainly is challenging through here, but that's okay. Just nice and easy, steady as she goes. Be very, very careful here. Very, very careful. I do not want to fall. I've seen this on YouTube videos. They have chain here. That's to help you get through this stone path, trail on a steep angle with a drop off directly into the river. Whoop. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's keep moving on down the trail. Oh yeah, we're doing okay. So far, day 3 goes fine. The rain right now is down to just spitting. That's okay. It's hard to tell exactly where the trail is. But we'll see if it goes. Oh, I see a trail ahead of me. Just got to be very, very careful on these slippy, treacherous rocks. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Jasper. I hear what you're saying. You screw up that hip and you're gonna be in a whole world of trouble. Whole world of trouble. How much trouble are you gonna be in? You're gonna be in a whole world of trouble. Okay. Okay. I think we navigated that part okay. Well, I just had a nice coffee. I was caught by surprise. I just kind of came around the corner and poof, there was a youth hostel. So I went inside. They said cafe, it's open. And I had a nice cafe latte and a croissant. Yes, I did. And that was at the Barrowdale youth hostel. I had no idea that's where it was. But anyhow, having said that, they were kind enough to loan me a phone. And I called the Grasmere Hostel, and they have no bunk spaces or tent spaces available for the evening. So we know that that's just not an option today. Okay, it's Saturday, and in the Lake District, it's a very, very busy time. So we know that, and so be it. I think, hang on a minute now, footpath, oh, coast to coast, this way. Okay, good job. There was a sign. Good day. How you doing? So yeah, good job I saw that sign there. There is more signs here. The first day, not so much. Once I got into the Lake District proper, more signage. And to be honest, I noticed it's the same thing on pretty much all trails. As the trails go through provincial, state, or national, federal parks, they tend to be better signposted. And I am finding that so far exactly the same here. For the first day, there was like 0. The second day, for the first half, there was like very little, if anything. And then all of a sudden, I enter into the Lake District and boom, there's signs. So there's shoulder sections between each park. And the parks we're going to visit, which are very big parks, is the Lake District where we are now, then the Yorkshire Dales, and finally the North Yorkshire Moors. So I suspect the parklands will be well posted. Maybe. Okay. Another little thing to mention, because it just caught me. I plugged in my phone and my GoPro to charge. That was okay. Where the hell am I going? Am I in the right place? I don't know. No signs here though. I don't know if I went wrong. Let me check my map. So, I just finished saying there was all kinds of markers and signs. Then all of a sudden, several turns, none of them marked. But what I was going to say is, the plugs, the electrical outlets, I just for 30 minutes sat waiting for my phone and GoPro to charge, because I plugged them in. But at the side of the plug, there's a little switch. And if you don't turn that on, well, the plug's not on. Needless to say, I didn't get any electricity. Oh well. Look at the trail. I'm in these like farm fields, dry stone walls, typical. Low trees, even more typical. Sheep, amazingly typical. Yeah. Beautiful homes. Take a look at that. See those homes? So what that means is I'm going to have to record a little less because I won't have any more electricity for a while. Okay, let's just get to it then.
Hiya.
Good day, guys.
Hello there.
Hi. Good day. So there's definitely some kind of an event taking place today. A mountain trail race. I see red flags on the side of the trail. And I've seen lots. That was just one group. I've seen many groups before that of runners, trail runners. Tough, hardy. Wow. Yeah. Makes me think I need to get a move on. Oh yeah. ahead of me in the distance are fell runners. They're called fell runners. So we have completed the second major climb of 4, and the second one today was significantly harder than the first one. Much more scrambling. A little bit of footage on that. Not a lot. I haven't been recording a lot because I messed up the electrical charging this morning at the Barrowdale hostel. I did not flip the switch, so I did not get electricity. Anyhow, we are heading towards Grasmere. We are taking the low route into Grasmere, which is fine. And we have contacted the hostel, and they are booked up solid, no tenting space, and no bunks available. It's Saturday night, so a lot of hikers and runners and so on. In fact, there's actually a competition, as we'd seen earlier, a race. So a lot of those people are staying in Grasmere. So yeah, everything's booked up. However, past the hostel, as you're leaving Grasmere, I'm not sure how far, mile, maybe half a mile, something like Tongue Gill stream, across the bridge, and there's several nice tenting spots there, according to Far Out. So I think that is going to be my spot for tonight, which will be a wild camp again, which is fine. And yeah, just a little update about what's going on. Once I get to camp, I'll be able to charge my GoPro from the battery bank. Okay, I'm just gonna get back to hiking, and I'll talk to you later. Grasmere to my right. I just filtered 2.5 liters of water, so I have camp water, out of a really nice clear looking river behind me. I was speaking to a senior lady with her senior dog just moments before that, and she said, just up here, you're going to see some different nooks and crannies that'll be just fine to pop in a tent for the night. And I hope I do. I'm only about half a mile away from the Tongue Gill, or the Gill Tongue, which is a stream anyhow. And Far Out tells me there's 4 or 5 tent spots there. Again, for wild camping. But if I find something sheltered, because that wind, look at that tree. That wind is just howling again, and kind of concerns me. This morning, my tent, oh boy, it was like flattened with the wind. I was very afraid of breaking tent poles or damage. But we're gonna see how we make out. Find a nice little spot, call home, because it's about that time. Hi everybody. Well, it's map time. Yep, map time. Map time for the end of day 3. This morning, we started right here. It was actually 0.1 or 0.2 before the Black Sail Hut. We left, and we had this horrendous climb right here. Oh yeah, first big climb of the Lake District. And up we came, and then we descended down into the Onister Slate Mine, one of my favorite places. Rain, rain, rain from about here all the way through Seatoller, on a long road way down, 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 down here. And then, right about here, oh yeah, we started our next major climb all through here. We had a big climb there, huge climb. Well, when I say huge, it was about 1,800 feet of elevation gain. And on. Oops, we walked right off the map Let's go to map C. Oh, here's map C. Here's map C, and on and down, 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 down. And then we descended all the way down to Grasmere here. Came through, we picked up our water, camp water right here across this busy highway. You put your life at risk when you cross a highway here. And then we started the climb, yes we did, towards Grisdale Tarn, which is here, but we're going to see that in the morning, because we camped right here for a total of 15.1 miles today. And I worked for every step of those miles today. It was tough. There's no doubt about it. You know what, guys? I'm going to see you, hopefully, bright and early in the morning, yeah, for day 4. And we're going to start off with a kick-ass climb right at this trail from where we are right now, all the way up to Grisdale Tarn. That will be, I believe, our 3rd major hike, major climb. And then we climb, after that we climb to Christie Pike, which will be our final, I believe, major climb in the Lake District. And Christie Pike is the highest peak on the whole Coast to Coast Trail. We're setting up a wake-up call for 4 o'clock. It's going to be a hard, long day. Night-night, everybody.